Exclusive contract novel from Feilu Novel Network. Sign into Wanliu Academy at the beginning, and the whole network calls me Young Master Lin Fan accidentally binds to the Divine Hero Cultivation System, and as long as he signs in or completes the task, he can receive a super rich reward. Dingdong. Congratulations to the host for successfully signing in and receiving a reward. A set of large flat floors worth 3.4 billion yuan at Wanliu Academy. Dingdong. Congratulations to the host for successfully checking in and receiving a reward. A supercar worth 40 million yuan, Ferrari Rafale. Dingdong. Congratulations to the host for completing the random task. Helping farmers, congratulations to the host for receiving rewards. Spending 100 times refund card. DingdongLin Fan's wealth was accidentally exposed by PDD live streaming. In an instant, the whole network called out to Young Master Lin Fan. Faced with countless cloud slaves, beautiful college students, beautiful anchors, and beautiful celebrities who came up to want to post to themselves, Lin Fan shook his head. I just wanted to be a divine hero quietly, why is it so difficult? Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 3. PDD. I'm really not a scammer. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wanliu Academy, led by Shenmani, Lin Fan has just finished visiting the community and is preparing to go upstairs to see his first home in life. As a result, just then, the phone rang. Looking at unfamiliar phone numbers, Lin Fan blinked his eyes. He probably guessed what phone number this was. Either promote it. Either it's a scam. Congratulations to you for winning the super prize for my 5th anniversary of live streaming. As soon as Lin Fan answered the phone, he heard excited voices from across the street saying that he had won the prize. Suddenly, Lin Fan laughed. As expected, this unfamiliar call is really a scam call. I have won my 181st prize this month, with prizes ranging from tickets worth over 100,000 yuan for a 1-week tour around Southeast Asia to electric vehicle exchange vouchers worth 4,888 yuan. May I ask, what award did I win this time? Also, do you need me to call the police for you, or do you need me to call the police? Or do you need me to call the police? Lin Fan held his phone and smiled slightly. Moment the PDD on the other end of the phone, and the audience who heard Lin Fan speak because PDD was intentionally released, I was stunned right away. Shenmani silently lowered her head, observing her nose and heart as if she had not heard anything. However, the corners of the mouth that occasionally twitched, but he betrayed her. Obviously, Shenmani was amused by what Lin Fan said, however, because she had received professional training, she restrained herself and didn't show a smile. Shenmani restrained herself. The audience in the PDD live broadcast room, after being stunned for a while, couldn't hold their tension anymore. Visiting the teacher, this is being treated as a scammer. Now, I'm really starting to believe that the lottery for the teacher's prostitution was not set up internally. Is it just this time, old prostitutes have been recognized as scammers by people, and you still need to suspect that there was insider information about his previous lottery? You guys are really bad. Before scolding us for being bad, please put down the corner of your raised mouth. For this incident, I can only say 4 words. Happy to hear and see. Don't call the police. I am the anchor PDD of One Shot 4 PDDs, Reverse Smoking, and Soxy Pig. Previously, you participated in a lottery on Weibo to give feedback to fans on my 5th anniversary of live streaming, winning a super prize worth 50,000 yuan for the latest desktop computer configuration. I took the initiative to call you in order to prevent my fans from thinking that my lottery was behind the scenes. In order to prevent Lin Fan from reporting to the police, and to escalate the situation into a joke that everyone on the internet knows he made today, PDD quickly shared his name, scene, and the whole story. Speaking of which, PDD was worried that Lin Fan still didn't believe it, so he added, "Brother, if you still don't believe it, we can add some credibility in video it. For PDD, Lin Fan raised his eyebrows. Listen carefully, this sound, it seems like it really has a bit of a pig-like sound. In addition, as a contemporary young person, Lin Fan really enjoys watching PDD live streams. Slicing, so, a while ago, Lin Fan casually participated in the lottery for the 5th anniversary of Sister Zhou's live broadcast on Weibo. Thinking about it, this person, it seems like it's really a naughty pig. Of course, due to Lin Fan's recent summer work at the courier station, his phone number was leaked, resulting in receiving a large number of winning phone calls and messages, so, Lin Fan did not easily believe what the other party said, but instead, we agreed to add credibility to the other party in video. Check if the caller is a real pig or a fake pig. Throughout the entire process of Lin Fan, PDD and Weishin, Shenmani stood obediently next to Lin Fan, without any impatience, quietly waiting for Lin Fan's instructions to continue leading the way in visiting the house. After adding the prestige of Lin Fan to PDD, immediately dialed a video call to Lin Fan. He has been famous for so long, surprisingly, he was still suspected of being a fraud. You're so angry. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 1. Opening check-in reward. One set of Wanliu Academy. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Dingdong. The Shenhao cultivation system has successfully bound to the host. Dingdong. The daily check.in function has been activated. Dingdong. Please go to the following location, fold/unfold, to start your first check.in and receive rewards. I am working summer vacation at the express delivery station. Lin Fan, who is saving up living expenses for his upcoming college life, hearing a series of mechanical prompts suddenly ringing in my mind. Suddenly, I was stunned. Shenhao cultivation system. Is this the common golden finger in today's online novels? It seems that besides being an orphan, I have nothing in common with the protagonists in the novel, right? The golden finger can actually appear on oneself. This. In order to verify whether one is truly lucky, they obtained the golden finger. Lin Fan took off his courier vest and asked the webmaster for leave. The express station owner really likes Lin Fan, who is excellent in both character and education, has a lonely background, and is quick-witted. He readily approved the fake. Even, the webmaster also specifically asked Lin Fan if he had encountered any difficulties. If you encounter difficulties, you can tell him. If he can't help, he can also report to the company and apply to start the rescue plan. As Dongzi once said, every employee in the company is his family, so, Dingdong's care for its couriers is quite adequate. Webmaster. I understand your kindness. You're really overthinking it. I just have something to attend to, I just need to take care of it. Lin Fanchong smiled at the kind-hearted webmaster and turned around to leave the express station. Then, I checked with my phone, taking the subway, go to the location given by Golden Finger, Wanliu Academy. After more than half an hour, Lin Fan walked out of exit A of Bagu subway station, looking left and right, walked towards the main entrance of Wanliu Academy, which has a high wall on the outer facade. At this moment, the mechanical reminder sound that had been silent for a long time rang in Lin Fan's mind. Ding dong. It has been detected that the host has arrived at Wanliu Academy. May I ask if the host has started checking in? Yes. Lin Fan came here after taking such a long subway ride for this reason, so he naturally wouldn't hesitate. Ding dong. Congratulations on the successful check.in of the host. Reward. One suite at Wanliu Academy. Ding dong. The property certificate has been placed in the system warehouse, and the host can take it out of the warehouse at any time. Ding dong. As the host is checking in for the first time, triggering a lucky critical strike will result in an additional random gift pack. Accompanied by this series of system prompts, Lin Fan found an empty corner. Turn your back, take out the red property certificate from the system warehouse that only you can see. Sir, may I ask what you are doing here? Lin Fan, who was originally walking towards the main entrance of the community, suddenly turned back and turned around, not knowing what he was tinkering with, attracted the attention of the community security. The security guard touched the walkie-talkie and walked over to Lin Fan, asking dutifully. I'm looking at the property certificate. Upon hearing the sound, Lin Fan turned around and opened the property certificate in his hand to show to the security guard. The security guard saw black letters on the property certificate, such as Building 8 and 801 of Wanliu Academy, as well as the clearly visible steel seal of the Housing Management Bureau, and his pupils shrank. The security guard never expected that Lin Fan, who appeared to have just reached adulthood and was still young, and even had some suspicious movements, would actually be the owner of his own community. You know, Wanliu Academy, but one of the top residential areas in the imperial capital. The tall and handsome young man in front of me, why did he buy such a good house so young? This is simply lying down. Although, countless thoughts came to the mind of the security guard, however, in reality, the security guard immediately stood at attention, saluted Lin Fan, and loudly said, "Welcome homeowners home. Nowadays, there are very few divine and heroic articles in Feilu. I hope everyone can cast some flowers, monthly tickets, evaluation tickets, reminder tickets, and rewards to support the author, so that the author can have confidence to continue writing. Guaranteed 5 shifts, 500 fresh flowers plus 1 chapter. 200 evaluation votes plus 1 more chapter. 3 monthly tickets with 1 more chapter. Add another chapter to the 100V point. I hope everyone can actively contribute data, which is very important for the author. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Wuwu Wuwu. Young Master. The old slave finally found. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's really you. You naughty pig. Lin Fan connects the video call, looking at the familiar PDD's big face occupying the entire phone screen. I raised an eyebrow in surprise, since the caller is really a PDD, not a scammer. That means he really won the prize, moreover, or the super prize for the latest desktop computer configuration worth 50,000 yuan. When did his luck turn out so good? Not right. At this moment, Lin Fan remembered, just now, when he checked in outside the community, the golden finger has indicated, because it was his first time checking in, he also triggered a lucky critical strike and received an additional random gift package. If nothing unexpected happens, the prize for the naughty pig in him should be related to this random gift package. As an orphan, Lin Fan has a clear idea of his luck in his heart. He doesn't think that if it weren't for his golden finger, he could have won. That's right. Brother, it's me. I'm really not a scammer. Seeing that he finally got in touch with Lin Fan, PDD sighed and let out a scream. Then, that's when we got to the point. Brother, you won the prize. Do you live in the imperial capital? If you live in the imperial capital, I can provide you with a door-to-door delivery service. By the way, what are you doing now? If it's convenient and you live in the imperial capital, I'll send you the computer now. After finishing the business, PDD looked at the uniformed beauty standing next to Lin Fan and curiously guessed in his heart what Lin Fan was doing. I live in the imperial capital. What am I doing now? I am currently preparing to look at the house at Wanliu Academy. If you want to send the computer over now, then send it over. Lin Fan met PDD's curious gaze and said confidently. He was planning to have Shenmani take him to see his first suite, which was not something he couldn't afford to see. He was not afraid of being known by the slut and the audience. Wanliu Academy. Why is this name so strange? Academy, isn't that something that only existed in ancient times? Sleeping slot. Preparing to see a house at Wanliu Academy. Is it really fake? There is a popular saying in the top-tier mansions of the imperial capital. The walls of 10,000 willows, the vats of Shichen, the top of Shao 8, the lake of Rongchuang, the trees of Zichen courtyard, and who lives in the courtyard of Beiping Prefecture. I'm starting to smell something wrong. Gudu, just tell me how much does this so-called top-tier mansion cost per square meter, that's it. Don't say so much brain-wrenching nonsense. Wanliu Academy is a top-tier luxury school district residential community in the imperial capital, surrounded by scarce educational resources such as Renmin University Affiliated Middle School and Zhongguancun Third Primary School. Zhongguancun Third Primary School consistently ranks among the top 3 primary schools in the imperial capital. The 19th Middle School and Bai Middle School corresponding to the junior high school are both key middle schools in the imperial capital. How much do you think it costs per square meter for a luxurious school district house in the imperial capital? Anyway, I can't afford it. PDD looked at Lin Fan with a strange expression, who was watching a video with him. He never expected that he was able to draw such a wealthy owner out of millions of people who participated in the lottery. Even 2 or 3 years ago, when the live streaming industry was at its peak, live streaming platforms casually offered large contracts, large signing fees, and viewers were also giving various gifts. PDD, I can't afford a house at Wanliu Academy either. He went to see it, then, the inflation caused by the high popularity of live streaming during the PDD period disappeared completely. There's no way, after looking at the price of the house in Wanliu Academy, he would know what it means to have people outside and mountains outside. As a result, Lin Fan, who is much younger and more handsome than him, is now looking at a house at Wanliu Academy. This is just another ghost story of people outside and mountains outside. The school district housing in the imperial capital, sleeping slot. How much does it cost per square meter? Anyway, the prostitute teacher said he can't afford it. Understood, the price of that house must be heading towards a small goal, or exceeding a small goal. Wuwu. Young Master. The old slave has finally found you. Young Master, you must have left the old slave in Gui Province PDD. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. Is Sister Zhou also coming? The new book set sail. You are listening at novelfull.audio. No. I'm quite wealthy too. Why have you never claimed to be an old slave and called me young master? Looking at the screen full of words such as old slaves, young masters, and confessions, PDD pouted silently. In my heart, I can't help but feel a bit sour. Yes, he can't afford to buy a house at Wanliu Academy, however, as one of the 3 fantasy gods in the live streaming industry, even, still a shareholder of a broadcaster brokerage association, he, Sa Zhu, PDD, Lu, is still very wealthy. Hey! Teacher, how can you compare yourself to the young master? Who makes you not as young and handsome as the young master? Young master, please rest assured, old slave, life is your person, death is your ghost. Mo Xan and Mo Gai. I, Qin Peiyao, from class 2111 of Jin Province Experimental High School, confess my true name as a young master's dog repairman. Lost net name in pain. Explain to the audience as soon as they see it, and even kill the heart. PDD quickly returns to the main topic. Brother, come on. Wait for me, I'll send you the desktop computer right away. Okay. Are we close together? How long will it take for you to come over? Lin Fan looked at the time and asked. After Lin Fan finishes looking at the house, he still needs to go back to the rental house and bring some clothes and personal belongings, so, he can't stay here at Wanliu Academy all the time waiting for PDD. He needs to see how long it takes for PDD to deliver the computer. If it takes too long, then we can only have the pig deliver the computer tomorrow or another day. Not far, it's only 7 or 8 kilometers. If you're lucky and don't hit a red light, it's just a matter of 2-foot throttle. Brother, I'll hang up the phone first, you keep busy. Later, let's meet now, let's talk again. PDD is concerned that it may delay Lin Fan's time. After hanging up the video, quickly summoned the assistant to help move the pre-packaged display screen, host, and other items downstairs. Lin Fan stood in the spacious elevator hall, hesitating. Do you want to wait here on the first floor for the naughty pig, who is only 7 or 8 kilometers away? Just now, Shenmani introduced it. There is a reception hall and a vocal hall next to it. You can sit down, play, or have some tea. It's better to go upstairs and take a look at the house first, Lin Xiao. How about I take you on a tour of the underground garage to see your 3 parking spaces, as well as VIP parking spaces? Shenmani noticed Lin Fan's hesitation and thoughtfully gave him another choice. She suggested taking Lin Fan on a tour of the garage, besides not bringing Lin Fan before. Or is it because the naughty pig mentioned by Lin Fan drives over to find Lin Fan and also enters the garage? If the naughty pig comes over quickly, they can still happen to bump into each other in the garage. Perfect. As for the title of Lin Xiao, since the audience knows how to shout Lin Fan, as a very professional private butler specifically responsible for coordinating with Lin Fan 24-hour standby, Shenmani naturally needs to keep up with the times and change her name for Lin Fan. Okay. Then go take a look at the garage. As a boy, even though Lin Fan is an orphan who needs to work summer at a courier station to earn college living expenses, however, Lin Fan is still quite interested in cars. Therefore, Lin Fan even took out a portion of his saved scholarships and subsidies for impoverished students, and signed up to learn how to drive. I successfully obtained my driver's license 2 days ago. Lin Xiao. Follow me this way. Shenmani walked on high heels, swaying her figure, leading the way ahead. The two walked through the garage lobby and entered the underground garage through the induction door. Looking at those seemingly simple and peaceful cars parked in the parking space, but with bright and eye-catching luxury cars on the emblem, Lin Fan finally understood why PDD just said Wanliu Academy was a luxurious residential community that he couldn't afford. Bentley, Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, Lamborghini. If you take out any of these cars, you can buy a full house in a smaller city. However, at this moment, Lin Fan's phone rang again. Visiting teachers. Lin Fan took out the ringing phone from his pocket and saw that the screen displayed a video call from PDD. Suddenly, Lin Fan was stunned. Didn't this just hang up the phone for 2 minutes? Why did you call again? Lin Fan answered the video call in confusion. Lin Fan. That. Zhou. Zhou Shi. Zhou Jia, you want to come with me to Wanliu Academy to have a look, okay? Looking at Lin Fan with a puzzled expression on his face, PDD scratched his head with some embarrassment. He doesn't want to call Lin Fan again just after hanging up the phone. However, isn't he being entangled by Zhou Shi? He had just met Lin Fan, so he didn't hesitate to ask Lin Fan, so he brought Zhou Shi over. Helpless, I can only call Lin Fan again to seek his opinion. Ah. Hearing PDD mention Zhou Shi, Lin Fan felt a bit confused. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. Misunderstandings and Gifts. Fresh flowers and more. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Rewind the time back to a few minutes ago. PDD and assistant hold a box containing things such as a host, display screen, keyboard, etc. Just arrived at the garage. I just ran into Zhou Shi, who happened to be going out for an outdoor live broadcast. The two of them live in the same community and are both anchors of the League of Legends section of the Shark Game live streaming platform. Good relationship, encountered. And we started chatting, upon hearing that PDD is sending a brand new desktop computer to the famous luxury residential area of the capital city. Wanliu Academy. By the way, take a closer look at the luxurious mansion of Wanliu Academy. Suddenly, Zhou Shi, who was worried about the lack of effectiveness in today's outdoor live broadcast, was stunned. The luxurious mansion of Wanliu Academy. Lying trough. She also wants to see it. Although, it is rumored online that Zhou Shi bought a large flat floor of Tangchen, a top-tier luxury mansion in China, from her hometown of Modu, however, as a party, Zhou Shi is very clear that this is purely a rumor. She also wants to buy a large flat layer from Thompson. However, she can't afford it. However, although Zhou Shi cannot afford to buy top-tier luxury houses such as Wanliu Academy in Tangchen First Class, however, she still wants to see the luxury mansion. After all, I can't afford it, take a look, it's always possible. So, Zhou Shi became entangled with PDD, and then, the scene from the previous text appeared. No. 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 Suo Zhu, isn't your girlfriend Shen sensitive? When were you with Sister Zhou? After Lin Fan regained his senses, looking at the big face of the PDD occupying the entire phone screen, blinked his eyes, his handsome face was filled with curiosity. As a loyal user and slicing enthusiast of Bilibili, in Lin Fan's impression, PDD has a girlfriend who has been together for many years, while Zhou Shi is a beautiful anchor who has been single for many years. There's no way, who made Zhou Jia look good, but with just one mouth, she could scare people away. As a result, Suo Zhu actually wants to bring Zhou Jia over the desktop computer now. Does this mean that Suo Zhu and Zhou Jia were secretly together? Hush. Is this gossip that you can know for yourself? Ah. Upon hearing what Lin Fan said, on the forehead of PDD and Zhou Shi, one question mark after another appeared. Lin Fan, what are you talking about? Pushi. Young Master, are you trying to make me laugh to death so that I can inherit my flowers? Suo Zhu and Zhou Jia, Young Master, how dare you think? True beauty and beast. Shen sensitive. Are you implying that there is something wrong with my eyes? Shen sensitive warning, scratchy pig, danger. Keyboard, washboard, durian, slutty pig, choose one to kneel down. Hello, hello. Young man. Don't rely on your handsome appearance and just talk nonsense here. I'm just colleagues and friends with the prostitution teacher, we're not the kind of relationship you think. He has a girlfriend, while I am single. Seeing that Lin Fan misunderstood his relationship with PDD, Zhou Shi's eyes became anxious. I don't care about politeness anymore. Chopper snatched the phone in PDD's hand, looking at Lin Fan's young and handsome face on the screen, loudly clarify my relationship with PDD to Lin Fan. Lin Fan, both Zhou and I are live streaming. Don't talk nonsense. We are neighbors living in the same community. We just met and... PDD hung his head and spoke out the whole story with a melancholic expression on his face. It's all his fault for not being able to withstand the pressure of being a legendary single player. He had to call Lin Fan and seek his opinion, which led to Lin Fan misunderstanding. So. It's okay then. Upon hearing from PDD, he and Zhou Shi were both live streaming. Lin Fan knew he had made a mistake in front of countless viewers. Suddenly, Lin Fan's handsome face turned red, and after hastily listening to PDD's explanation, he quickly hung up the video call. Sorry, young master, cute pinch. No male mother. No male mother. After Lin Fan hung up the PDD video call, turn your head, looking at the eyewitnesses present throughout the entire process. Shenmani, seeing the situation, Shenmani continued to take Lin Fan on a tour of the underground garage very wisely. By the way, take Lin Fan to his VIP parking spot. As for just now, did something happen just now? Seeing Shenmani so sensible, Lin Fan continues to visit the auto show. No. Garage. In about 10 minutes, due to Shenmani notifying the security in advance, so, PDD reported Lin Fan's name to the security guard at the entrance of the garage and was successfully cleared. Driving a Ferrari 488 and carrying Zhou Shi, we drove into the underground garage. PDD parked the Ferrari 488 in Lin Fan's empty parking space, just stopped. Zhou Shui couldn't wait to grab the pan tilt with a live streaming phone and get out of the car, sighing. Undoubtedly, it is a top-notch luxury mansion in the famous imperial capital, and the garage is filled with luxury cars. The Ferrari, which is worth 4 million yuan, belongs to the average level here. PDD. I suspect you are being suspicious of me, and you have enough evidence in hand. Don't be poor. Hurry up and pick up your things. Otherwise, why don't you disturb others and ask them to help you with your things? PDD glanced at Zhou Shui, who was immersed in the outdoor live broadcast, and smiled at Lin Fan and Shen Mani beside her, then, open the front hood of the car, bending down, move out the things inside. Seeing the situation, Lin Fan and Shen Mani walked towards PDD, ready to lend a hand. As a result, at this point, Zhou Shui regained her senses, grabbed the gimbal, and quickly ran back to the side of the PDD. She picked up a shopping bag full of contents and handed it to Lin Fan, saying with a smile. Lin Xiao, this is a gift I have prepared for you. I came along with the prostitution teacher to join the fun, sorry to disturb you. Recommend a book, Godly Daddy. Daughter's pets are all fierce beasts, with 2 million words. Daddy and pet literature. If you're interested, you can go and take a look. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Jokes. 1,000 flowers and more. You are listening at novelfull.audio. How come you still bring gifts? You're too far-sighted. Lin Fan took the shopping bag handed over by Zhou Shui and shook his head with a smirk. He never expected that Zhou Shui would come with PDD and prepare a gift for himself. I came along with the prostitute teacher to join in the fun. I'm bothering you. If I don't prepare a gift for you, how foolish. Besides, the prostitution teacher came with something in hand. If I had to come along empty-handed and shameless to join the fun. Isn't that even less sensible? That won't work. We girls still need to be polite. Moreover, it is said to be a gift, but in reality, it is not anything valuable at all. I just saw the teacher give me a computer, so I ran upstairs and installed some cameras, microphones, and gimbals that may be needed for live streaming. If you have a sudden idea and want to start a live broadcast to relieve stress, you don't need to buy it temporarily. You can have it ready and use it immediately. Zhou Shui is very clear. Now, she appeared in the underground garage of Wanliu Academy. It was purely an accident, so, she deliberately ran upstairs and prepared such a gift for Lin Fan before setting off. Not valuable, if I remember correctly, the cameras, microphones, pan tilt, and other live streaming equipment used by female anchors at the level of Sister Zhou are priced at around 10,000 yuan, or even over 10,000 yuan. Normally, Zhou Jie's gift is indeed quite expensive, but look where she is now. Just now, I checked and found that the average price of Wanliu Academy is 360,000 yuan per square meter. It's okay then, our girls. Children. Upon hearing what Sister Zhou said, Lin Fan really wants to say, if Sister Zhou doesn't speak, she is indeed a pretty girl, but this mouth is still a girl, so it's hard to say. I was just visiting the underground garage with the private butler, and I haven't gone upstairs to officially see the house yet. You two came over and didn't disturb me. Lin Fan shook his head and asked Zhou Shui and PDD not to think about anything that might disturb him. Then, Lin Fan opened his shopping bag and glanced at the camera inside. His heart moved and he thought of a point to tease Zhou Shui and ease the atmosphere. He smiled and said, Sister Zhou. These live streaming devices with cameras, microphones, and gimbals, shouldn't they have been phased out by you, or have you bought too many to use before putting them up as gifts for me? No, right. How could it be? How could I possibly do such a thing? These are all things I keep as backup. Although, Zhou Shi knew that Lin Fan was joking with her, however, Zhou Shi stomped her foot urgently and explained with a burning heart. I'm teasing you. Seeing Zhou Shi stomping her feet anxiously, Lin Fan's handsome face showed a brilliant smile. You're just too mischievous. Lin Fan, I didn't expect you to be such a person. Zhou Shi shook her head and followed Lin Fan towards the garage lobby. After this joke just now, the relationship between Lin Fan and Zhou Shi has become much closer, the conversation between the two became much more relaxed and natural. Looking at the backs of Lin Fan and Zhou Shi who left side by side. PDD looked at the box containing items such as the host, display screen, keyboard, etc. at his feet and opened his mouth in silence. He called Zhou Shi over to help carry things. As a result, Zhou Shi not only didn't help, but even let her hidden helper. Lin Fan have an extra shopping bag in her hand and took Lin Fan away. Isn't this a scam? PDD felt embarrassed to call for the help of the private butler, a beautiful woman wearing a uniform and a hip-wrapped skirt. He could only shake his head and sighed in his heart. I am the only one injured. Afterwards, bending down with difficulty, lifting the box, fortunately, Shenmani noticed this scene and took the initiative to lend a helping hand to PDD, otherwise, PDD has to move all the accessories of a desktop computer alone. It's frustrating. Zhou Shi and Lin Fan walked to the induction door leading to the garage lobby, chatting and laughing. At this moment, Zhou Shi suddenly remembered something, stopped walking, turned around, looking at the PDD carrying the box. Just when PDD thought Zhou Shi, who had no conscience, finally remembered herself, what Zhou Shi said made PDD's big face turn black on the spot. Recommend a book, live streaming. My leisure life on the grassland, with millions of words and articles on live streaming, leisure, and pets. If you are interested, you can go and take a look. To be weak, please ask for data support such as flowers, evaluation tickets, monthly tickets, reminder tickets, rewards, and more. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 11. PDD. Only I am injured. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing PDD and Zhou Shi looking at themselves in shock, Lin Fan smiled lightly. Lin Fan had already looked at the property certificate and knew that the interior area of the first house he signed in for was as high as 900 square meters, so, naturally, I won't be as shocked as PDD and Zhou Shi, who heard this number for the first time. However, nevertheless, Lin Fan, I can't help but sigh in my heart about the big move of the Golden Fingers, Divine Hero Cultivation System, a super luxury mansion worth over 300 million yuan. It's so delicious. This is an armored door imported from old Germany. It not only provides insulation, noise prevention, and sealing, but also has bank-level security, with 3 unlocking methods. Iris, fingerprint, and password. Lin Xiao, I have reset all the passwords. Can you set the password, record your fingerprints and iris? Then, take us into your new home. When the two anchors are almost shocked, Shenmani then continued to introduce. Okay. Lin Fan walked to the door. Under the guidance of Shenmani, fingerprints and iris were entered, and passwords were set. I'm going to open the door. Take care of everything. Lin Fan placed his hands on the disc in the middle of the door, ready to unlock it with his fingerprints. In my heart, I can't help but feel a little excited. Having been to Wanliu Academy for so long, finally, I can see what his first house in life looks like. At this moment, Lin Fan noticed that Zhou Shi had posted it over. Feel the small mantle accidentally touched by the right arm. Lin Fan muttered to himself, Zhou Shi really doesn't like as he spoke. Sister Zhou, why are you sticking so close? How can you hear the sound of the vault door opening without getting closer? Faced with Lin Fan's inquiry, Zhou Shi moved forward instead of retreating and leaned closer to Lin Fan. Vault gate. Behind this door is a super luxury mansion worth over 300 million yuan. In addition, the private butler said that the security of this door is at the bank level. Isn't it just a treasury door? It makes sense. Using armor as a door, the security here is definitely not good. Dog head. JPG, can the company unlock the lost key? Isn't there still fingerprint unlocking and red film unlocking? Bank employees tell you that the door to the bank vault is not as good as this one. Excuse me, is this the legendary Hera Palace? This doesn't need to be changed, just hoard some supplies and you can transform into a shelter for the end of the world. Bull. Lin Fan was amused by Zhou Shi's answer, then, fingerprint unlocking, lightly rotate the disc, accompanied by a crisp and pleasant click sound, the imported armor door opens automatically and slowly inward. Suddenly, the mysterious veil of Lin Fan's super luxurious mansion was lifted. What caught the eye was a spacious living room that seemed endless at first glance. My goodness! How big this living room is! The spacious living room is like a killer baton, leaving PDD and Zhou Shi stunned. Nevertheless, shocked and reluctant, Zhou Shi and PDD were very polite and allowed Lin Fan, the owner, to enter the room first. Then, they just carried the gimbal and walked in, emitting a series of exclamations full of emotion. The living room is 17 meters wide. The ground is paved with Jingya brown marble imported from Laoba. Generally speaking, this type of marble is used in the reception area of 5-star hotels. Because we don't know if you like our design, Mr. Lin, we didn't do too much decoration in the living room. Just a piano and a set of partitions were placed in the middle of the living room, dividing the spacious living room into two areas. A table and screen were set up on one side to enjoy tea, nourish one's temperament, and create a fragrant atmosphere. At the same time, several sets of sofas were set up. If you're tired, you can simply lie down for a while. Shenmani placed her hands in front of her and gently introduced the living room to Lin Fan. It's pretty good. Lin Fan looked around the various furniture and decorations in the living room and smiled slightly. He really likes this modern minimalist style of decoration. Upon hearing this, Shenmani's face showed a brilliant smile. Although, their decoration style is a modern and minimalist style that the public likes, however, before looking at the house, Shenmani can't help but worry about whether Lin Fan has any special preferences and doesn't like this modern and minimalist style of decoration. If this situation occurs, as a private butler specifically responsible for coordinating with Lin Fan, she is a bit troublesome. Fortunately, Lin Fan likes it. I have a question, On. How much does this piano cost? Zhou Shi held a gimbal in one hand and lightly played the piano keys in the other, looking at Shenmani and curiously asking. In the living room, almost the size of a volleyball court, the biggest ornament is this piano. As long as you enter the living room, you will definitely be able to see this piano, plus, the style of this piano is quite attractive. Zhou Shi really likes it. If the price is okay, Zhou Shi plans to also buy one and put it in the studio she rented for live streaming, occasionally pretending to be a literary girl in front of the audience. Faced with Zhou Shi's inquiry, Shenmani bit her lip, hesitated for a few seconds, and whispered. This is Steinway's triangle piano, signed by the famous pianist Mr. Lang. You can check the specific price online. Seeing Shenmani not accurately telling herself the answer for the first time, Zhou Shi felt a bit strange. Then, she glanced at the barrage. She knows why. Steinway's grand piano, over $1 million. Mr. Lang's signature payment will definitely be a bit more expensive. A piano worth over 1 million yuan. Haha, this piano can buy those 2 doors just now. Sleeping slot. That imported door actually costs 1 million. You think suddenly realizing that everything in the young master's house is in the $1 million range. It seems like I'm losing my share when I put in the so-called super prize, worth 50,000 yuan desktop computer from the teacher. Visiting teacher, why don't you leave the group? Seeing these barrage comments, Zhou Shi has just one idea, lying trough. At least 1 million. This literary girl, she can't afford to pretend. And PDD refers to subways, elderly people, and mobile phones JPG. Although it was Zhou Shi's talkative inquiry about the price, why did I get hurt again? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Early check.in. Worth 40 million yuan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hey, Lin Fan, what kind of car are you driving? Zhou Shi looked at the PDD. The luxury cars behind her and asked curiously. Looking at these luxury cars with a considerable background, Zhou Shi, I'm really curious about what kind of car Lin Fan, who is also a community owner, drives. Upon hearing this, PDD had a dark face and smoked his old face. Just now, he actually hoped that Zhou Shi would have a conscience and come over to help. Now it seems that, he, just overthinking it. What car am I driving? I don't have a car. Lin Fan shook his head and said honestly. My pig brain. Zhou Shi raised her right hand and patted her head. You've said it all. You haven't gone upstairs to officially view the house yet, so you definitely haven't checked in yet. How could there be a car here? Seeing Zhou Shi misunderstood, she thought it was because she had not yet moved into Wanliu Academy, so, that's why I say I don't have a car, rather than saying I really don't have a car. Lin Fan smiled and didn't speak up to explain, lest Zhou Shi raise her hand and slap her again, scolding her for being a pig's brain. After all, who asked Lin Fan if he had a car? Actually, it's possible to drive to Wanliu Academy like PDD. Not necessarily, after all, there is a possibility of license plate restrictions, and the fuel cost is also quite expensive. At this moment, in Lin Fan's mind, suddenly, a series of mechanical prompts sounded that surprised Lin Fan. Ding-dong. As a divine hero who is bound to the system and in the process of development, how can he not have a stylish car? Ding-dong. The host can consume tomorrow's check.in opportunity in advance and obtain a luxury car. Ding-dong. May I ask if the host has consumed tomorrow's check.in opportunity to sign in early? At this moment, Lin Fan has only one idea, that's it. Can you still play like this? These golden fingers are so naughty. Yes. Lin Fan, full of emotion, silently said yes, in his heart. Ding-dong. Congratulations to the host for successfully checking in and receiving a reward. A supercar worth 40 million yuan, Ferrari Rafale. Ding-dong. The supercar Ferrari Rafale has been transported to the entrance of the underground garage at Wanliu Academy. Please check it carefully. Lin Fan. A supercar worth 40 million yuan. Ferrari Rafale. Lying trough. This is much more luxurious than Lin Fan's imagined luxury car. Lin Fan looked at Zhou Shi, who was about to pass through the induction door and enter the garage lobby. After hesitating for only a few seconds, he took out his phone and pretended to take a look before speaking. Sister Zhou. I just received a message that the new car I bought has been delivered to the garage entrance. Do you want to take a look? Compared to the house upstairs, at this moment, Lin Fan is more interested in seeing the new reward he just received. Ferrari Rafale. After all, no man wouldn't like big toys, little wives. Supercars. Okay. Zhou Shi was already curious about what kind of car Lin Fan, the esteemed owner of Wanliu Academy, was driving. As soon as Lin Fan heard about the new car he had bought, it arrived at the entrance of the garage and immediately nodded like a chicken pecking at rice. PDD also wants to follow Lin Fan and Zhou Shi to see the new car Lin Fan bought. However, he is still holding a large box containing a computer host in his arms. So, PDD could only pause and pitifully watch Lin Fan and Zhou Shi walking towards the entrance of the underground garage with enthusiasm. Seeing the situation, Lin Fan stopped his steps, thinking about it, should we first move the computer and other things upstairs and then come down to see the new toys? However, this is all upstairs. If you don't take a look at the house, it seems a bit inappropriate again. However, if you're looking at the house, it will take another period of time before we can finish and go downstairs, entangled. At this moment, Shenmani thoughtfully provided Lin Fan with a perfect solution. I saw Shenmani walking to the right side of the garage in her slender high heels, pushing open a door, pointing to the spacious space inside, and whispering softly. Lin Xiao, this is your garage storage room. We can put the computer and other things here for now. Usually, if you have something you don't want to take upstairs or put in the car, you can bring it over and put it here. There is a 360-degree surveillance camera with no dead corners here, so don't worry about losing things. Damn it. Is this a wealthy person? There are rooms in the garage. The life of a wealthy person is dull and plain. Young Master, do you still remember the old slave by the Daming Lake? Don't stop me, I'll buy a station ticket now and rush to the imperial capital overnight to seek refuge with the young master under the envy and ridicule of the audience. Lin Fan, PDD, and Shenmani put their things in the garage storage room, then, bring Zhou Shi along. We left the underground garage together. Just left the underground garage, Lin Fan and others saw a bright red sports car being carefully unloaded by workers from the transport vehicle onto the road. The cool and futuristic design, as well as the shiny bright red color shining in the sunlight, in the sight of Lin Fan, PDD, Zhou Shi, and countless viewers in the live broadcast room, only it remains. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 12. Me, Lin Fan, have my own home. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. I'll show you the scenery outside the window. The PDD, who received a knife for no reason, didn't want the audience to continue talking about this topic, so as not to end up hurting themselves. Hurry up and grab the gimbal, came up to the French window. Seeing this scene, thinking of today's weather, Shenmani opened her mouth and hesitated to speak. Seeing Shenmani's rare expression of embarrassment and hesitation, Lin Fan and Zhou Shi, who were curious about this, also approached PDD. Then, they both knew why Shenmani had that expression just now. In theory, a top-tier mansion, equipped with a top-notch perspective. Overlooking tall buildings towering with clouds and a bustling crowd. Looking up at the towering and profound buildings, the stars and moons of heaven. Overlooking the towering terraces and agile plants and trees. That's right. However, at this point, what Lin Fan, PDD, and Zhou Shi saw was actually one of the specialties of the imperial capital. Haze. Teacher, do you call haze the scenery outside the window? Visiting teacher, you must be deliberately seeking revenge on the young master. What benefits does it have for you to lower the housing price of the young master's house, Teacher Piao? Undoubtedly, it is the top luxury mansion in the imperial capital. At a glance, it is the most luxurious haze in the imperial capital. That's why I didn't buy this house back then. Still the same sentence. Heroes have similar views. Seeing these barrage comments claiming to be deliberately retaliating against Lin Fan, a hint of despair appeared on PDD's face. He really just wants to shift the topic. There is no intention of causing trouble. No. 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 Important words 3 times. Looking at the desperate PDD, Lin Fan pursed the corners of his mouth, suppressed his smile, raised his right hand, patted PDD's broad shoulder, and said. Roaming teachers. I understand what you mean. Lin Xiao. Don't believe those slanderous rumors, I don't mean that. Upon hearing what Lin Fan said, PDD, I suddenly became anxious. Quickly explain. Previously, PDD calls Lin Fan's name. However, after seeing Lin Fan's supercar Ferrari Rafale, PDD instinctively changed his tune and called Lin Fan Lin Xiao. On the contrary, it was Zhou Shi who previously called Lin Fan Lin Xiao. After getting acquainted with Lin Fan, there was no more shouting Lin Xiao, all shouting was Lin Fan. PDD and Zhou Shi happened to switch over, which was quite interesting. Lin Fan played a trick on PDD and continued to visit the house under the guidance of Shenmani. A restaurant, kitchen, second preparation area, and a side hall with 3 wine cabinets covering an area of 60 square meters. Looking at them one by one, PDD and Zhou Shi have returned to normal and become unusually calm. There's no way, who shocked them so much, they have resistance now. Behind this brushed glass door is the living room. Just as Zhou Shi and PDD were listening to Shenmani's introduction, they wanted to habitually follow Lin Fan's footsteps and enter a new space. But the two of them unexpectedly discovered that, this time, Lin Fan didn't walk directly inside, but stopped his steps. Let's not look at the bedroom, shall we? Lin Fan turned around and looked at the pan-tilt and live streaming phone held by Zhou Shi and PDD, and said softly. Perhaps it's because of orphans, Lin Fan doesn't really want too many people to step into the private space of his bedroom. Especially when PDD and Zhou Shi are still live streaming. Living room, dining room, kitchen, side hall. Lin Fan doesn't mind letting the 2 anchors and the audience in the live broadcast room watch these places. But for the bedroom, if he had Zhou Shi and PDD carry the gimbal in, wouldn't he have become the material, guest, or passerby to cooperate with the 2 live streamers? That won't work. Damn it. I also want to see what my bed looks like. You're not the cloud slave of the young master. Don't you know the exact number? How could there be your bed in the young master's living room? Yeah. So, I'm not Yun Lao Nu, but the young master's wife. What a shame, want to snatch the young master from me, cheap woman, draw your sword. Okay. Since Lin Fan has said so, PDD and Zhou Shi naturally won't have any opinions, nor dare they. Let's go back first. By the way, Lin Xiao, can you assemble a desktop computer? The visit is over. PDD is also sorry to continue disturbing Lin Fan here. Just as he was about to say goodbye to Lin Fan, he remembered the desktop computer that the audience despised and lost, so PDD quickly changed his tune and asked Lin Fan if he could assemble a desktop computer. If Lin Fan doesn't know, he stayed and helped Lin Fan install the computer before leaving. Lest Lin Fan have to find someone to come and assemble it, trouble. I will. Thank you for the gift, whoring teacher. Lin Fan had previously worked as a gig in a computer repair shop, so he naturally knew how to assemble computers. There's no way, as an orphan, life is not easy, so one must be versatile. Okay. Then let's go. Lin Xiao, if you want to start a live broadcast or play games in the future, you can come to me. PDD walked towards the entrance with the gimbal in hand, while shaking his phone at Lin Fan to signal for future communication. Zhou Shi is no exception. Just now, Zhou Shi and Lin Fan also gained mutual prestige. In terms of live streaming and gaming, PDD and Zhou Shi think that they can still take Lin Fan with them. Okay. Walk slowly. Have a smooth journey. Lin Fan escorted the 2 anchors to the entrance. Then, Shenmani told Lin Fan about the locations of the study and nanny rooms. Tell Lin Fan again that if you encounter any problems, you can always contact her and leave. After all, Lin Fan doesn't want outsiders to look at the bedroom anymore. If she still stays here and doesn't leave, that's not a private butler, but rather Lin Fan installed PDD, desktop computer gifted by Zhou Shi, camera, microphone, and other items in the study. I drove my supercar, Ferrari, and Rafale back to my rental house. Send a message to the landlord saying they have terminated their lease and are no longer staying. Then, I took my clothes and some commemorative personal items and went back to Wanliu Academy. During this period, due to the cool appearance of Ferrari's Rafale in the crisp and pleasant engine sound, there have been many minor incidents, however, not worth mentioning. I won't describe it in detail. At night, Lin Fan took a beautiful bath in the bathtub, lay on the soft mattress, covered himself with a blanket and quickly fell asleep. This is the best and most comfortable sleep in Lin Fan's 18 years of life. Because, he, an orphan without a father, mother, or anyone else, finally has a home in the imperial capital, and it's also his own home. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 28. Third day check-in reward. Cheng. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Sister Zhou, I understand what you mean. You're calling out names to praise the young master. Young master, thank you for helping us confirm. Zhou Jie's moon xiong is really only right for a. Sister Zhou, aren't you reversing black and white? Young master, when did you take advantage of me? Yes, it's clear that you took advantage of the young master, okay. What kind of family, what kind of Zhou army, eh? Sister Zhou, how old are you? Are you still in second grade? Seeing these bullet comments that are completely different from what I imagined, suddenly, on Zhou Shi's forehead, one puzzled question mark after another appeared. Last night, she can understand the audience's barrage like this. After all, last night, she didn't make a statement. However, she is now excitedly calling on the audience to barrage and scold Lin Fan hard for herself. As a result, the audience still barrage like this, Zhou Shi, but I really can't understand it. Is this live broadcast room hers or Lin Fan's? Why did the audience all defect to Lin Fan's side? Also, what kind of name recognition, what kind of confirmation? What nonsense are these audience members talking about? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Zhou Shi chose to hang up and even took off her headphones. I couldn't hear Daimei, Luo Xin, and the others greeting her warmly. However, Daimei and the others can still hear Zhou Shi's voice. Anyway, there's Zhou Shi hanging up. This game is bound to be unbeatable, so Luo Xin, Yi Ziqiu and others, so he ran back to the spring and hung up. Then, I sneaked into Zhou Shi's live broadcast room, ready to watch the excitement. As a result, they just entered the live broadcast room. I saw a barrage full of jokes about Zhou Shi. Suddenly, Daimei and her companions emitted bursts of hearty, crisp, and gloating laughter without any hesitation. After letting you cheat, hang up. You deserve it. Meanwhile, Lin Fan, commanded by Zhou Shi, it's also the latest desktop computer that was sent by PDD, opened Zhou Shi's live broadcast room. Seeing these barrage of teasing Zhou Shi, seeing these barrage comments, Lin Fan pursed his mouth, almost not holding it tight, and burst out laughing. Then, Lin Fan noticed that in the live broadcast, the screen of Zhou Shi's phone showed that the microphone for video calls with her was turned off. Lin Fan blinked his eyes, hung up the phone, and then made a video call to Zhou Shi. Why? Zhou Shi answered the phone, pouting and feeling a bit unhappy. There's no way. Who made her retaliate against Lin Fan's plan? It was a complete failure. Seeing that Zhou Shi was in a bad mood, Lin Fan pursed the corners of her mouth, suppressed her smile, and knowingly asked. Sister Zhou, you are so anxious to urge me to come to your studio, just to let me see these roast about your bullet screen. I understand what you mean. You audience are really going too far. Yes. I know what you're saying is the truth. But haven't you ever heard such a sentence? The truth is often the most hurtful. Zhou Shi was left speechless by Lin Fan, who knowingly asked and pretended to be confused, and didn't want to speak. When Lin Fan complained about the audience's excesses, Zhou Shi thought that Lin Fan's conscience had discovered it. Whoever thought? Lin Fan's words changed. Surprisingly, it was said that what the audience said was the truth. Suddenly, Zhou Shi's face turned red with anger, and she slammed her right hand heavily on the computer desk, giving Lin Fan a fierce roar and forcefully interrupting him. What does it mean that what the audience says is the truth? Is that sentence spoken by the audience true? Is it true that she took advantage of Lin Fan? Is she really telling the truth to A? Lin Fan, you're farting. The young master still understands us, Daime's big overlord gifts anchor buer not a plane to Zhou Shi. Message. Take a 6.6 on your own, give it to the young master. Yi Ziqiu's QAQ gift of anchor buer is not a plane for Zhou Shi. Message. Young master, you can't be so straightforward. What if we hospitalized Zhou Zhouqi? Luo Xian's gift of anchor buer is not a plane for Zhou Shi. Message. Zhou Zhou doesn't cry, I'll help you scold these people who speak the truth. Seeing Daimei, Yi Ziqiu, and Luo Xian worried that they wouldn't be able to see the barrage they posted, I even gave myself a gift specifically to make it more eye-catching so that I could see it, even. Zhou Shi also knows that, if it weren't for Shonai being the second anchor of her own studio, Shu Nana is likely to follow Daimei and her companions in giving herself gifts, barrage, and squeezing herself. Suddenly, Zhou Shi was so angry that she trembled uncontrollably. She quickly put on her earphones and said, feeling annoyed. Ah! What are you guys doing here to liven up? Who told you to hang up after cheating someone? That's it. Daimei, Yi Ziqiu, and others did not ask questions or pretend to be confused like Lin Fan did. Instead, they confidently told Zhou Shi, that's right, they did it on purpose. How about it? Can't Zhou Shi just hang up and trap them, and they can't throw bullet comments to disgust Zhou Shi? Sister Zhou, I'll treat you to lunch. Thank you for coming over last night to help me as a substitute driver and taking me home. Do you have time? Zhou Shi is still hanging on the phone. So, Daimei, Luo Xian and their rightful roast about Zhou Shi, Lin Fan and the audience in the live broadcast room can all hear. Seeing Zhou Shi being stabbed by Daimei and the others again, her rosy little face is almost turning black. Lin Fan quickly spoke up and intervened. Just now, Lin Fan said that in that way, he just wanted to make a play naughty of Zhou Shi, but he didn't really want to make Zhou Shi angry. Moreover, last night, while drunk, he mistakenly called Zhou Shi, let Zhou Shi run over late at night to give herself a contemporary drive and take her home. Even, I accidentally took advantage of myself. Lin Fan feels that, I need to express my gratitude to Zhou Shi. It's past 10 o'clock now. Wash up and tidy up, it's time to go out for lunch. So, Lin Fan plans to invite Zhou Shi for lunch as a token of gratitude. Oh my! I seem to be a bit hungry when I hear the young master's words. Me too. Zhou Zhou, I also want to have lunch. Upon hearing what Lin Fan said, Daimei and Luo Xian, with a sudden movement in their hearts, spoke up with various tongues. They are not really hungry either, I'm just a little curious about Lin Fan, the highly popular, Wanliu Young Master online, and, habitually wanting to add some blockage to Zhou Shi. However, what Dai sisters don't know is that, now, what they said, on the contrary, just in line with Zhou Shi's wishes. Are you hungry? Then you both come and eat together. I'll choose a more expensive place and try to eat more. Give Lin Fan a hard meal. Since the originally planned revenge plan has been declared a complete failure, Zhou Shi, it can only be to draft a new retaliatory plan, intending to turn grief and anger into appetite, slay Lin Fan hard. This. Seeing that Zhou Shi wanted to use herself and these people to retaliate against Lin Fan, suddenly, Daimei and a few others fell into a dilemma. There's no way, who made them not even know Lin Fan? It's okay. Then come together. Many people make it lively. Daimei and others seemed a bit embarrassed. Lin Fan, it's a bit indifferent, after all, please one person, also please also invite a group of people, no difference. Thank you then. I have chosen a place and sent you a message to come and pick me up. Let's do this for now, hang up. After Zhou Shi asked Daimei and others to thank Lin Fan, she quickly hung up the video call. Then, Zhou Shi curled up on the esports chair, studying where to go for lunch later. Lin Fan and Zhou Shi finished their phone conversation, just go wash up. After washing, seeing that Zhou Shi has not yet sent herself a message, Lin Fan remembered that he hadn't checked in yet today, so, Lin Fan signed in his heart. Dingdong. Congratulations to the host for successfully signing in, reward. Qing Mansion Banquet. Dingdong. Qingfu Banquet, located at number 38 Nanchang Street, Xiqing District, please pay attention to it. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.